What's going on, guys? Today we're ripping out the engine in the E46. So basically, as I've always been alluding, in classic BMW fashion, this engine leaks oil. It leaks oil everywhere. So what I'm trying to do today is trying to pull this engine out. I never pulled out an engine before. Fun fact. Yeah, so this can go one or two ways. Either it's successful and I have the engine out where I can change all the gaskets, or I completely fuck up and ruin this car. Point of owning a project car is to make it most unpractical and unreliable thing in the world. That's just how the car community is. So, I'm not intending to really make this like a kind of a how-to video because I really don't know how it's gonna go. But I am trying to, just document the build of this car and my journey through just building my first project car and everything. So, the plan, alright? The plan is to pull this engine out, re-gasket everything on here, even though it's gonna be prone to leaking again in the near future, but I'm gonna do what I can to correct all the leaks. Some modifications I want to do. I want to do the M50 intake swap. Luckily, I have another spare engine. Right now it's an M52 TU in here, so I have a spare engine. I have a spare M52 TU as well. So if I fuck up on this, then I have a backup plan. So yeah, so the intake, and then I'm thinking about maybe doing the S50 or S52 cams in here. Simple swap. All I gotta do is buy the buckets, the lifters, and everything like that, and get the cams itself. So hopefully, that works as well. Oh, also, I'm gonna be manual swapping it because if you see here, it is automatic. We don't want that. Well, so basically I want to get rid of this, make it a manual. And then, for another fun fact about me, I never owned a manual car. I've also never really daily driven a manual car. Well, this is not a daily driver, but it is something new. And it's basically gonna be teaching myself how to drive stick on here. I have a Get Rag 5-speed for this, so I know it's not the best transmission BMW made for power and stuff like that, which is great. I'm not really trying to make this car a fast, cool ass car. I'm really just trying to make it a nice street car. So like, a little bit more power, reliability, make it look nice and pretty. I'm not wide bodying the thing. I'm not doing, because in all honesty, I'm very into like stock body cars. So I'm not planning to wide body it. I'm not planning to, do this crazy ass build. It's basically just gonna be a simple, clean, on budget build that really, anyone who is, in their early 20s or, starting out as a teenager and wants to get into cars, everything can do, by working like, a simple like job or whatever, so they can easily afford it. I'm not trying to build a race car. I'm trying to build, a nice street car that I can really enjoy and drive around and have fun with. So, but later on in life, because this car's gonna die with me. This car will never ever leave me. And the day I sell it, it only would be sold if the money's going towards an R34 GTR. So this car isn't going anywhere. But I'm really looking forward to this. Like I said, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, probably end up making this still thing a time lapse, because again, I'm gonna need to be figuring out a lot to myself. But and I'll probably just do like kind of an overview for it. But yeah, so let's see how this goes. All right, so the first thing we're gonna have to pull is the bumper, and after the bumper, I'm gonna pull the whole front end off because it's just easier, and I've seen like a bunch of people just pull the front end off because it makes the engine just able to just slip straight out. So bumper then the front end, and then start maybe taking off like the clutch fan, disconnect the radiator, and then I'll move underneath, do the drive shaft, exhaust, and then that's and then, you know, obviously you got to unwire the whole thing and everything like that. So let's pull it out. It should be definitely easier with that left. It's not easy jacking up this car.
What did he say?
I lost this piece that covers the 10 mil bolt on top of the valve cover. I lost this 2 years ago, and it's been chilling in my front end. Kinda cool. BMW engineered a way to catch, if you lose your 10 mils in the engine bay, they fall to the front. When you take off the front end, you can get them. Good job, BMW. The one way I'm keeping track of all my bolts is I'm just doing the classic screw them back in where you found them. So when I go to reassemble it, I'm like, oh, where are the bolts? Oh shit, they're right where I left them. Alright, so just a quick update. We got all the front end off, everything's off there. Right now, I took the AC lines off. Don't worry, AC didn't work, so no refrigerant leaked out. Now I'm working on taking off power steering lines, these two power steering lines, and then I gotta take off the radiator hoses. So then when the radiator horses, Jesus Christ, and the power steering lines are all off. I believe I can disconnect the transmission cooler because I don't want to redeal the ATF right now. I can take the, like, it's like rubber grommeted onto this, or to the support, so I can kind of pull it off and then leave it hanging until when I'm ready to pull the transmission, then I can pull it out. So, that's currently where I'm at. Let's get back to work. Looking here, I undid the pepcock to undo everything, but it's still one line, this line right here, that goes to the coolant, the overflow tank, and I think just shot coolant everywhere. Cause I guess that's where all, that's where all the fucking coolant is in there. So I got a little coolant. Luckily, it's all on this. So got the radiator out. You gotta pull the clutch fan before you can pull the whole radiator assembly out, because it's a whole process. But I don't know why BMW has so many coolant lines. So these are power steering lines. They went to the side of the radiator. You gotta disconnect those. Then you have your 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess this one kind of counts as 2, so 5. There's 5 different coolant lines that hook up to the radiator. There's 5 coolant lines. And then you gotta pull the, if it's automatic, you gotta pull the transmission cooler off. That's like 7 connections to the radiator. Like, why? Why, BMW? They made the hood latch super easy. It's a quick disconnect over here to remove, so you can remove the front clip. But why 5 fucking things? Like, so people want to ask me, why do you think it's leaking, Nick? Why do you think it's, oh my god, I gotta get better the camera. Why do you think it's leaking? So, I can't really see, I'll get my phone. So if we look right there, oh yeah, one hook for the engine crane's right here. The other engine crane spot is back behind this, so that's why I gotta pull that off. But then yeah, now it's just really, I think I'm going to take it out with the harness, just make it easier, just unplug it from the ECU itself, just kind of just feed it through this and then just pull it all out with that. So, you know, and then as I'm working on the engine itself, I can pull off the harness as I'm working on it. quick update. Intake, the whole sludge, everything is off. I took out the main harness. Originally I was going to leave it in the car or try to pull at the engine, but it's just easier and just less anxiety inducing just to take it all out right now. Power steering, the high pressure line for the power steering pump is disconnected. I believe all I have now is just the drive shaft, exhaust, and then tranny brace, and this thing should be able to start coming out. Well, obviously, you know, you have the engine mount and stuff like that, but soon it's gonna come out soon. We're almost there. That's the exhaust off. Oh boy. Oh. This is hard to do by yourself. Oh. Oh. Back to work. Alright, now since the drive shafts and exhaust are installed, one thing we gotta do now is pull the automatic shifter out. Now, I don't really know how to do this, but I know this has to come up. And you basically have to like break it. We're back up these messages. Alright, so after further research of figuring out how to do this stuff, because again, like I said, like this is my first time pulling any engine out of a car, so I'm not too sure how to, you know, do half this shit. So, so you guys are just learning along with me. I have to disconnect the linkage underneath the car, and I should be good to just pull the transmission bolts or the transmission mount bolts, and this engine should be ready just to, I can set up the engine crane and should be good to pull it. So we're getting there. We're getting there. We are on hour, I believe, 5. So there's 5 hours solo man, you know. And I'm almost there. So you guys can do this yourself. Just you gotta have the motivation. Don't get discouraged. It looks very intimidating at first, but once you start taking all these pieces off, it's pretty simple. And it's an E46, so there's a plethora of information. You know, how-to videos, anything like that for you guys to figure out. You know, what to do exactly. So yeah, this is just my journey, and it's just, you know, taking you guys with me. So let's get this done. All right, I got the shifter linkage disconnected. It's pretty easy. It's just like how to describe it. It's kind of like a bicycle linkage. You know, you kind of just unscrew one side and then pull out and everything like that. So all I gotta do now is really just drop the transmission, transmission, or lower or undo the cross member. Put the jack underneath to get a little support. Undo that. Set up the engine crane, and should be all good to go. Home stretch. Home stretch. Let's do it. All right, we are back. Now, everything should be, I say should, be disconnected for me to pull the engine. Now, I am a one-man, one show, So I have a Japanese transmission right now, so you're gonna see me probably running back and forth to get this out. Right now I'm gonna disconnect the motor mounts, engine will be free, and then we can start moving out little by little and starting to pull it out. Let's do it. Yes, I do have a strap on here. I know, I don't have a chain. Do as I say, not as I do. Back after I get a better fix on it. Alright. Figured it out. I had to drop the steering rack a little bit. I had to pull the steering rack off because the oil pan, since BMW likes to make their engines on an angle, the corner of the oil pan kept hitting the steering rack, or I guess the joint where the steering rack connects to. So I had to pull the steering rack, or the steering column, sorry. Steering column connects to, had to pull the rack, drop it, and now this engine's coming. So we're getting there.
My pants.
This is where one of those engine cranks will help. Oh. Oh. Success! Full thumbnail. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, she's no longer an automatic. Excuse me for being out of breath, but we did it. Engine's finally out. Transmission, I did it. So this is what I was talking about. Can't really see it, but when I dropped the steering rack, hold on, let me get my phone. When I dropped the steering rack, as you can see, I done bolt it and then move forward because it kept getting hung up on this right there, where the steering column turns into. So, but she's out finally. Took me about 7:32. I started this at 12 o'clock. So we got it out. 7 hours. Took me 7 hours. One person. First time ever pulling out an engine. Took me 7 hours. A couple knuckle busts. dog tiredness, and yeah. So, my plan is to now take the car out of the garage and just have the engine and transmission here, because obviously I live at home and they don't want the car in the garage. So, I live with my parents, so they don't want the car in the garage, so I'm gonna have to take it all down, get it out of here, and then pull the trans, put it on the engine stand, and we're golden. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something. Leave a comment, a like, share with a friend, share with your neighbor. You know, just doing this for fun. It's a hobby. It's just to prove that anyone could do it. As long as you put your mind to it and you take that leap of faith. Take that leap of faith and just do it. You know, money is everlasting. You know, what's the use of money if you can't spend it? That's what I always say. But, you know, life's a journey. Take it as you will, you know. Do the things that you love, don't hold back. Hope I posted a good video this time. Yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great night.